Hello, fabulous Virgo. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of February 2015. Love Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. We do have lots of really exciting love stuff taking place for you, especially in the early part of the month. And I'll get to that in just a second, but I do want to preface this by saying, as I mentioned in the general focused horoscopes as well, we do have next month a full moon taking place in your sign, and a powerful full moon at that. And full moons always represent matters close to the heart and matters most emotional, most connected to emotion. And what could be more emotional than love? So big love month coming up for you next month. That doesn't mean this month doesn't have lots of awesome stuff too, and I'll talk about, as I said, in just a second. But I do just want to preface that by saying, whatever it is that takes place this month, know that the really big answers, the full understanding, the full impact is likely to reveal itself to you in the early part of next month. And of course, I will be here to talk about it more at that time. What we do have this month that I think is so great for you, especially in the first half of the month, is Venus moving through your opposite sign. This is romantic. This is awesome. Venus moving through your opposite sign as the month begins right out of the gate, depending on where you are on the planet, could be as you finish off January or as you're starting off February, that Venus meets Neptune in the sky, and this pretty much kicks off the month and defines what a big part of the learning and the lessons and the inspirations that are coming up for you. When this takes place in your opposite sign, this is like for a collective, regardless of where it is in your sky. For a collective, this conversation says, soulmates. I believe in soulmates. I believe in miracles. I believe that the dream can come true. I believe in whether your dream is the white picket fence, whether your dream is a castle on a hill with birds that talk to you. There's going to be a part of all of us out there who's going to believe in that, who's going to want that, and who's going to feel, and likely collectively as well, we're likely to see some example of this where people are sort of touting the fairy tale and how amazing it is. So you're believing in a fairy tale of sorts, and why not? Your sign is so realistic as it is, able to see so many perceptions of a thing as it is, that when you have these moments that allow you to believe in love, that soften life for you, especially in the context of love, why not go for it? Why not believe in it? What I also really love about this energy is it doesn't just stay as this dreamy sort of space, but actually translates. And as Venus continues to move through your opposite sign, speaks with Pluto. Now, this to me is so great, so encouraging actually, because it suggests to me that there's very likely to be some very important understandings, an important exchange or conversation that takes place for you. This can be, for some people, a moment that really is a game changer kind of moment in the context of love. For others, this is going to be a warmth and feeling like you really are with the person you're supposed to be with. And so this to me is going to represent a really important moment. But as I said, as I started off by saying, whatever it is that takes place right around this time, depending on where you are, right around the middle of the month, where you are on the planet, it's going to take place right around the middle of the month, around the 10th or so. However it is, and whatever it is that comes up for you at this time, realize that things will come to more of a fruition once we get you a little bit further down the road into the early part of next month. That full moon that takes place will reveal things a lot more, especially considering that as this configuration is taking place between Venus and Pluto, Mercury will be standing still in the sky and begin to go direct. So Mercury at its most potent after a period of going backwards in the sky, your ruling planet at that. This is you getting the clarity you need to make a decision and to try and see things from different perspectives. So this is really start of the month. It's all about the dream and the fantasy and the hope that gives way to a more balanced perception that allows you to make a choice. But again, keep in mind, whatever takes place will more fully realize once we get you to the early part of next month. Those of you who are in an established bond, I think that the dominant energy is just going to be this believing you're with the right person. Is really what it comes down to. It looks sweet and soft and romantic. It looks like you're getting a little bit carried away with this person as well. But if you trust them, you feel safe with them, why not allow that to happen? Venus moving through your opposite sign is always helpful in this realm. Those of you who are dating somebody, getting to know somebody, I think that conversation between Pluto and Venus is going to end up being much more dominant in terms of you having a connection, an exchange where you start to think, okay, can this person fit into the bigger picture? I think so. And what this ultimately says to me is that your perception is changing. Your perception of this person is not just about getting more balanced, but that it is evolving rather. So it is very possible that you're feeling even closer to this person that right now you're just getting to know, and feeling more passionate about this person as well. Those of you who are open to love, at the very least, I think that you are going to find yourself in the midst of at least one flirtation that really makes an impact, that really seems to leave you at the very least guessing and thinking, but also is the type of interaction, is the type of exchange that promises to have help you to get a clear understanding of what you're going for, what you're feeling, allows you the feelings of passion. So wherever it is that you desire to take it is totally up to you. But ultimately, when we have Pluto in this part of the sky for an extended visit, whenever Pluto is activated, you sort of open this doorway to welcoming transformative experiences and moments. So you're about to have another one of these, but this is part of sort of a longer term trend. As I said, Pluto's in this part of the sky right into the next decade. And so the nature of the transformative experience changes, of course, depending on your relationship status. But it does look like, and especially if you're open to meeting somebody new, you're learning about love right now, and you're learning about the power of love and what that's going to mean, and wielding that power responsibly, understanding romance and the feeling of aliveness that trusting somebody enough to let them in a little bit can actually bring. So this is likely to be a moment that opens up some of that learning for you, opens up some of that lessons for you, and then you're going to decide how you are going to go forward from there with it. One thing is for sure, though, this month for Virgos, when it comes to love, the universe is laying the groundwork for bigger breakthroughs coming up next month. Stay open to the changes, stay open to the dream as well, and stay open to living it. You will find yourself making personal changes that will allow you to move in a direction that feels like you are living the dream.